What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
How's it going, man?
On? What's
I think I said what's up with you too many times. Let's see. Scripted. Man, it makes you. I wonder, was somehow Ryan in our little chat just a minute ago? Because we literally mentioned script. So that's funny that he said that. So he's watching us. Landstalker was great, by the way. I loved Landstalker. What's up, man? How's it going? How's it going? Lopez Drummer. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming in. We got Hannah. What's going on? What's going on? We have that. We're going to show some Monster High dolls later. So I said that weird. Monster High dolls. Monster High dolls. I feel like I'm not saying it
right. Weird is right when you're talking about those dolls.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Sega Steve in the house. Let's see. Pick up the big resident Daryl. What's up, man? How's it going? Let's see. Who else we got? Retro Kart Collector. What's up? Barn Song Electric. How's it going, man? Thanks for coming in. Railbound Gaming. Hey, man. How's it going? So, Jared. So, funny thing. Let me just say, Eric's coming on in a little bit. So, if anybody knows about the little drama between me and Eric, Eric's been wanting me to get him on the live for a while. His brother came on, and then everybody else came on. Well, then he reaches out to me and says, "Hey, I think we should have me and my brother." And I was like, "After all this, that you've been wanting to come on your own live
by yourself?"
Yeah. And then, but his I don't know if I'm allowed to say everything, but he's got a project he's working on, so he's not going to be with us tonight. So Eric was not able to hold anything over me anymore. He has his own live. So Newsman, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on. Let's see, Vinyl Reckoning. Hey, man, how's it going? Hey, I hope you ban Eric forever. After this, I might. We'll see what happens. Ban me, Daddy. Wow. Retro Rob, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming on. Oh, there is Jared. So wait, which one? Okay, because I think they're both signed in. Are you both signed in, Eric? Just nod if I. Okay, they're both signed in. I don't know who's saying what, but and so Jared is editing. So he's editing. So Steve, how Bryce, what's up, man? How are things with you? Because I know we've been texting and stuff, but how are things with the Reese selling?
Not too bad, man. I mean, I got a little sidetracked with the storm and all that, but things have started rolling again.
Yeah, well, that's good. I know I've been really busy with trying to get set up for a toy show, and that was pretty fun. I bought some cool things. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I did a show last weekend. I was there as the only retro person there that was selling vintage. It was interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did a lot of people buy stuff?
We did okay. We sold a lot of clothes.
Yeah, that's good.
We sold a lot, man. Harley shirts were flying off the rack, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, definitely Harley shirts. Praising with friends. I like that. That logo. What? Why can't a profile picture? Is that what it is? Man, I feel dumb. The cross. Amen. Only here because Eric paid me. But, yeah, that's the only way he'll get people if he pays us. Let's see. My wife is bringing up something I am a little sore for because I haven't. I'm going to be honest, Steve. I do need you to get me in shape. I have not done good. I have not lost any weight. And so a Saturn game is going. Yeah, I know. So it's not good. We were talking about it, and I said, I think so. Whenever I went to somewhere, one of the conventions I went to, and I just kind of got. It's not that because I was still doing exercises, not every day. I was doing them like 3, maybe 4 times a week, and I was eating less, and I wasn't just eating crap all the time, But I wasn't snacking and stuff like that. But I wasn't being. Oh, well, I guess it's just me. I wasn't being disciplined like I should have been. So like all of my calorie deficit that I was working on, I haven't done it. But this morning I'm back. Oh, there he is. I'm back in the game, and we're gonna try to do. I'm actually gonna be really aggressive because now that I'm at like, I'm not even getting on the scale. I'm at like 293. So I probably over the 2 weeks gained, I think, like a pound and a half. So it's not horrible, but it's not great. But now that I'm here, it's a lot harder. Now that I've lost this much, it's a lot harder to lose the 5 pounds. I might have set a too big of a goal, but I'm going to keep doing it. So I don't have anything crazy, but I don't even know what this is worth. But I have Shockwave Assault that is going to a random person today. So I actually got this in a trade at Louisiana RetroCon, and so I traded and got this. I haven't even played it yet. This is one of the few ones I haven't played. But it's kind of like what's that other game? Not Siberia. Wait, this might be the one I'm thinking of. It's like a, I don't know what type of what is that type of game where you're like you're in the
simulator.
Well, like you're in the ship and you can see it from the, like Top Gun almost, but in space. Obviously,
it's like a simulator.
Like okay, yeah. There you go. I thought you said emulator.
No, simulator.
Okay,
dude,
cool.
It hurts my heart for you to give them away. I can only imagine what you're going through.
It is hard, but thankfully, and I'm just hoping I don't get to the point to where I'm starting to cut into the other ones. I'll tell you what though, now that this has been like the third or fourth. I'm going, I really need to get this in gear. So it gets hard to stay motivated. But if I wasn't doing this, I probably wouldn't be motivated to stick to it. So anyways, this is going to somebody today. And I'm actually glad to do this because I'm sharing a little bit what I do. I love Saturn. And so even if I don't like every game, there's just something about Saturn. Like I never even had Sega CD, but something about the way I don't know. I like these old cases. I think they're cool.
Yeah.
Saturn has a special. Oh, you do too? Okay, so I've kind of wanted to get into Sega CD, but I mean I can barely afford Saturn, so I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna get like that right now. But it's cool to share with people a little bit of what I love, and it gets people wanting to motivate me to lose weight as well. So he said I got no money either. Eric never paid. You never paid him. Wow, Eric. Shame. You need to start paying your people. So, Lisa, hey, thanks for coming in. Congratulations. Random, you say. Yeah, it's not random. Okay, James, you're right. It's not random because if it was random, I would just close my eyes and go pick something. That's not happening. I'm just going to be real. But I'm giving away stuff. And I'm giving away my low-end stuff first, and the games that I'm not as excited about, just because that's hard enough to give away that stuff. So I'm definitely not at the point where I want to start, giving away the heavier stuff that I really like. I mean, even some of the games, like it's not just the value. Some of the games that I like, Bug is an expensive game. I really don't want to give up Bug, but it'll probably eventually get there. You'll take
hopefully not, dude. Hopefully not.
I'm just popping in to encourage Eric to show more Discord. Like, hey, hold on, I'm just popping in to encourage Eric to sow more Discord. Did you see what Erica said? She's coming in just to sow more Discord. What's up, Michael? Thanks for coming in. Let's see, anybody else? And then you should be. What do you mean you can't super chat? See, you got mad at me last time. I think sometimes it just, let me go to the I wouldn't turn down super chats. Let me see what's going on. Do you know why it's doing that? Because it should be in the, I think sometimes it just turns it off. I'm going to the studio now. Let's see, content. I don't know why because I haven't changed anything. Live. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to see what I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to. That's weird. I don't know. Do you know why that is? It's working. Bribe, come on the show. No, I don't. Maybe it's just not working for you. I don't know. It worked for him. Thank you, by the way. That's bribe. He's bribing me. Get him on. Ryan, what's up, man? Well, with this being said, and we're going to talk a little bit about this. I know. Go ahead, Steve. What were you going to say?
I was going to say now it really doesn't count because technically he paid you to be on the show.
I know. Yeah. So he's not really a guest. He's a paid attendee. So, yep. Well, guys, with that being said, and we'll talk a little bit about this. As you know, Jared came on and shared his testimony. Eric's going to talk a little bit about that tonight. It's not going to be the whole time like it was with Jared. I mean, unless if Eric just starts saying stuff, I'm never going to turn that down. But thank you, man. Thanks so much. Thanks. You didn't have to do that. But at what matters most above everything is faith in Christ, and we do believe that Christ is the one way to eternal life, and that every man has sinned, every woman, every person has sinned, even in ignorance, and we've all come short of the glory of God. We all fall short of the glory of God, and for that reason, we need an atonement or a means to receive forgiveness. Of course, we first of all have to recognize that we've sinned, and we have to recognize that sin is a real thing, and Christ died on the cross, spilled his blood for us, that if we would put our faith and trust in him, his blood washes away all sin. It's not that we literally pour blood on us, or it's not like that, but what he did was a perfect sacrifice for us, that not that we have to keep going back and keep going back and keep going back, but it was a sacrifice once and for all. If we put our trust in him, he forgives us and changes our hearts and our desires to please him and live for him. If you do have questions, God's drawing you. I'm more than willing to talk. Steve's more than willing to talk. I'm sure Eric's more than willing to talk. Feel free to reach out to any of us on obviously YouTube, Instagram, Gmail, the Pickin' Preacher at Gmail. I always put it up here. And we would love to talk with you because that's what matters most. And or if you're a Christian and you're struggling in your faith, I have people reach out all the time, struggling in sin, have feeling overcome, just need encouragement and need lifting up, and I'm here for that as well, because we all know what it's like to walk this, as it says, this pilgrim's journey. So with all that being said, we do have a good friend and a brother that has bribed himself on to come on. No, I'm kidding. No, it's been a joke, and we'll keep it going. But no, he's really coming on, and finally with 3 other people. So no, he's coming on. He's coming on by himself. We have Eric with Retro Gaming Pandemic. Woo!
What up?
How's it going, man? How's it going,
dude? I send a lot to get here. We'll just say that. So pray up for me.
Did you say you send a lot to get here?
Yeah, it's crazy to get on the show. You have to commit a lot of sins. So
wow! You see what he's doing? Wow.
So no, man, I seriously, I'm so happy to be here. What an intro! Like, and not only that, seeing all the amens in the chat and stuff, dude. This is really cool, man. Amen.
Oh, I just realized whose man's is. Hey, man, how's it? It just clicked with.
Whose man's is our childhood friend Jordan Beaver. Okay. I hope he doesn't mind me throwing out his whole name, but I say that because we just call him Beaver, and if I started off with saying he's our friend named Beaver, people would look at me weird and be like, yo, are you friends with an animal? But beavers are like seriously childhood friend, amazing human being. He's a brother in Christ too. So
yeah, man, I've talked to him online. Seems like a cool guy. Hopefully, I'll get to meet him one day. That would be cool. He said he doesn't. He does not care. He said that's fine. Retro Cart said you are the legend. So.
Oh man, I'm not deserving of that. So there's no legend here.
His man says, I am an actual beaver.
Yeah, he literally talking beaver. So just to clarify, though, for those thinking I am not Riff from Pixel Game Squad. I'm the disappointment Riff. So I'm sorry to let all you guys down. Everyone's tuning in like we just got NES Pursuit on here. I'm sorry, that's not me. So
Grease Monkey, what's up, man? Grease Monkey came and helped me recently. Wait, what were you saying about who said the thing about NES Pursuit?
Oh, that was just me.
Oh,
People
okay.
confuse me for the Wish riff. Yeah, people confuse
Wow.
me for riff all the time.
Oh, wow.
Dude, literally at Siege, someone walked up to me and said, like, "Hey Riff, can I get a photo with you?" And I had to have that conversation. And then like 5 minutes later, someone comes up to Jared and was like, "Hey Retro Rick, I'm a huge fan of the channel. Can I get a photo?" And Jared was like, "Oh, I'm not Retro Rick." And so apparently we're like the bootleg made in China
Nice.
Rick and Riff. So
that's amazing. Well, let's see. I need to see a chop to prove that. Oh, to prove that you are the Wish Riff. Let's see. Because I never see him do that. Riff used to do the greatest chops. I never see him do that.
I don't. For starters, like my leg. That takes leg strength though, and I can't do that. My legs are twigs, so he's got bazookas. You need core and leg to really get it down. I don't have
that. Resident Daryl said he has a new video, and both of us are in it. So he's probably talking about at Siege. So whenever when everybody was at the booth, at my booth. All right, this will be a good. Here's a good one for we're all music people or have been music people. Steve, and I don't know how Steve where you stand on this, but Retro Kart James,
let's go.
He figured it out.
More for the pile food, sir. He says I keep giving money. He's gonna keep getting food, and he can this is the second
James
time
is trying
I've heard of it.
Eric's legs today.
So here's what I was gonna say. Retro Kart Collector says
Blink
182 is greater than Sum 41. Just saying, Eric. So I'm gonna let you guys go on that, and I don't know how you are. If you were ever listened to any of them, Steve.
Yes. Yeah.
So what would you say? Do you agree with Retro Kart, or would you agree with obviously what Eric would say?
I would say, what does Eric say?
I would flip it.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Blink 182, special place in my heart. I love Blink, but Sum 41, man.
Let me say this. Sum 41, musicianship wise, definitely better.
Okay.
Blink 182, I think they're probably a little better songwriters.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying not necessarily so much lyrics, but
Does This Look Infected is one of the greatest albums ever made, start to finish. My wife, one of the best birthday I forget what birthday, Christmas, something like that, got me Does This Look Infected on vinyl, and it is beautiful. If I could grab it.
Claim to be Jesus now.
Yeah, dude, Sum 41 all day, every day. I got punched in the face seeing Sum 41, blood everywhere, and I finished the show. It was amazing. So
do you think that Sum 41 is like the top bubblegum punk group out of all of them?
Yeah, they're definitely my favorite. So I know Keith is I know Keith would argue Simple Plan, but I'm definitely more Sum 41. So
or Hawk Nelson.
Yeah. So
okay.
My only thing though, when I saw Sum 41, it was fresh off the divorce with Avril Lavigne, and the lead singer was definitely intoxicated. And he just went on a 10 to 15 minute rant about Avril Lavigne on stage in front of the hundreds of people. And it was the most uncomfortable thing
that is
I've seen. It was so cringe. I'm like, dude, you're Sum 41. Like you're fine. You have money.
Yeah, but so I would say I personally like Sum 41 more, and the reason being is because I was more into hardcore punk, and so even though Sum 41 was a hardcore punk, they had a heavier, more aggressive sound, and they had more, in my opinion, more of a punk feel and sound. So I just liked them more. So
Do you
more
like
scared.
Against Me?
I did back in the day. I'm not really
Like old school
yeah,
Against Me.
yeah.
Basement Show Against Me.
Yeah. I did like Against Me back in the day. So
Okay.
Steve, you paused for a second there.
No, I'm just running it through my head. If you threw the third group into that mix,
Who's
the
that?
Who's the third?
third group from that era, right? There was three big ones.
Well,
Good Charlotte?
Well, yeah, if you throw Good Charlotte in there, there's four. I'll give you that.
Well, you
four.
got like Newfound Glory.
Yeah, NFG.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
and
they
then-
were as big as Blink 182 and Sum 41.
Oh, like Green Day?
It was Green Day. And
Oh,
Green Day
yeah.
and Good Charlotte are the two. Yeah, right.
How did we forget Green Day?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Green Day would be super low on my list. I never got into Green Day.
yeah, see, I didn't like Kerplunk, but I did like
Yeah.
Duke. I liked the Dookie album and
Dookie?
the was it
Yeah.
Nimrod?
Yeah, Dookie was a pretty good album, man.
Right.
What
Simple
they-
Plan.
Listen, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to look at it. I did not like Simple Plan. Definitely did not like Simple Plan.
They had that. What wasn't there a music
that
video?
loud.
They're on a rooftop or something. I just remember Simple
I
Plan.
don't remember with that face right there. I don't know if this is about what we're talking about or Gamer Emporium. What's up, man? Thanks for coming in.
What's up, dude?
Keith is going to say Striper.
Your wife says
Striper.
Your wife says Blink all the way. There's a division. in the home.
Striper's good though, man.
Yeah, I
Dude,
like
Striper's
to
lit.
hell with
Yeah.
the devil. Yeah.
Dude, they did that with For King and Country, like a remix
Really?
new version of it, and
Oh,
it
wow.
is it's
Hang
incredible,
on a
dude. It's
second.
so good.
Oh, he probably has a Striper shirt from back in the day.
A vintage Striper?
So
Single
do you,
dingle?
yeah. Do you remember the King's X shirt I had? I don't know if you remember seeing the King's X shirt that I had hanging up at Siege.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, let's check that out. That's sweet.
That's sweet.
Hey, this is the album cover that they banned. They did away with it
Why did they ban it?
because they thought it was demonic.
Really?
Striper?
Yeah.
Oh, that was when like Christian rock was a lot less accepted.
The To Hell with the Devil album, the original cover
Yeah.
was banned. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Really?
There's a Jen. What's up? Thanks for coming on. Jen's been an OG. She's been here since I think I had like 30 subscribers. So thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I think Striper's unmatched musicianship wise, man. I think they're pretty
that's
phenomenal.
The best way, Gamer Emporium. That's the best time to come in. Amen. No, I didn't weigh in, but I don't need to.
He knows.
I already know. I'm at like 290. I think I weighed it a little bit before. I was somewhere between 293 and 294. So.
And what was the weight you started at?
320 something.
Dude, hey, you know what? That's amazing though. That
Thanks,
is
man. I
amazing.
appreciate it.
So
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not down on myself. I'm just, but at the same time, it's like, man, I picked a pretty big goal. So it's trying to do. Did I freeze up?
Breaking out the super chick, man.
Oh, Super Chick! I remember
dude,
Super
ever
Chick. Somebody
DC talk.
I'm about
Skillet,
to open the
Twitch
box
foot.
you sent me and see how bad you watched me.
Okay, whoa.
I
Whoa.
saw Super Chick in concert before they had their first album out, man. They were really good.
See, I
We'll
can't
be
even remember.
super-
Let's see, Breaking Benjamin. Is where it's at, dude.
That's not
so I never got into them, but there was a band called. It was during that era. They sang. I was talking about this the other day. I did that 2 lies and 1 truth thing, or 2 truths and 1 lie with my wife.
okay.
I can't remember what the band's name was, but they did a song for like the second Mortal Kombat movie, and it was in that vein of like, you know, like what's that, like Power Man 5, not Power Man 5000, but the new metal type, but a little industrial as well. Not Default, but they were on Mortal Kombat 2. Anyways, the Edema, not is it Edema? Weren't they like a hard rock band or? So somebody in the
Dude,
chat, let me know. Man, James, super chat, thanks. Keith is going to say Striper.
You're not thinking like Megadeth, Rammstein?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't one of them. I think it's Edema. Yeah, it was Edema. The drummer of Edema really liked my old punk band, so he went to the local shows in California. And when we played some in Rancho Cucamonga or something like that, he came to one of our shows and he started talking to me online. And he was like, dude, I need to get your band with ours. I was like, dude, if you could get us with your band next time. It never happened, but it was really, really funny. He I guess he was into like punk music and he really liked our band. So,
well,
Edema was their
down
name.
that road. Did you see the new Papa Roach single that came out?
No, that's hilarious. So that every one of these 90s bands are coming back up.
They're still doing. They're still going.
They came out with a duet with Carrie Underwood.
Wow,
that's my mom. That's my mom right there, Keith.
Aerosmith, Def Leppard, rock and roll of the 70s.
Check it out, man.
Still around. Simple Plan? No, I was not into Simple. Okay, hold up. I do like Creedence, so I love Creedence. Going on the bayou. I love Creedence, man. So near Barstow, Ontario? No, not quite. Would it? Because that's Canada. Or is there an Ontario, California?
There is.
Oh, okay.
I think there. Yeah, I think there is.
It might be. It's in like L.A. area, James. So I'm not. It's in L.A. somewhere, like in the suburbs.
Yes, it is. Keep the light on.
Talking about politics.
Hey, you know, we can go there. I no filter here. So
yeah, I mean, I think some of it one of us may make somebody mad in the chat if we talk about politics. But I never shy away from it. But I'm not going there because I'm not trying to make anybody mad. But and I do have kind of a weird. I'm even weird. I'm pretty conservative, but I'm even weird on the conservative side. So a lot of people think,
we've talked. Yeah, we've talked.
Yeah,
I know.
It is Keep the Light On, by the way.
What is Keep the Light On?
That's that song. Somebody was asking about that song.
Which song? I'm not sure.
Keep the Light On by Papa Roach.
Oh, there it is. Gamer Emporium. Yeah. Who's? I thought he was asking a question. Sorry, Bryce. I thought he was asking a question. Only the Holy Spirit. Wow. Ontario's like 15 minutes from Rancho. Maybe so. Body Count. Yeah. So I liked. I used to like. Not. It wasn't Hatebreed, but it was. Who was Body Count's? Slapshot. I think it was Slapshot that I was really into hardcore. So yeah, back in the day, I liked Body Count, but weren't they like the.
Was it Body Count? Wasn't that Ice-T's group?
Yeah, but it was also some of the guys from a hardcore band. So it was, I thought it was Slapshot, but it might have, let's see, Body Count members.
Well,
let's see. It was.
There's a group taking over on social media that's one of the bubblegum punk bands that's gotten real popular.
Really? Do you know who it is?
You know what? I don't. I shouldn't have said anything.
It's an old pop punk band.
No, they're young guys
making pop punk music today.
Yes.
That's the name of it?
No. I listened to them. They sound great. I forget their name though. I'm drawing a blank.
Interesting. Do you guys remember from like the MySpace days, Hollywood Undead? Do you remember that?
I remember when they first started. Yeah,
they blew up. It was all MySpace driven too, which is crazy.
That's right. Good old MySpace. That's how we used to book all of our tours, was through MySpace.
Really, dude, I loved MySpace.
Dude, I miss it. It was good times.
You can literally write script to change your MySpace profile.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's right. I can't remember. There were some other bands that Body Count was in, but I know they had some of that. Well, yeah, it was Ice-T, but they had some members from another hardcore band. It wasn't Hatebreed, but I think it was more.
Did Keith?
He
Did he?
froze up.
Uh-oh, did I go away?
Bro,
Yeah.
he's getting possessed by demons. He's being attacked right now.
Is it working now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good now.
Okay. I said, Ryan says, I live right next to Ontario. The Mills Mall there has a sleeper GameStop. This is the GameStop bandit right here. So, let's see. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff. Breaking Benjamin is your wife's favorite. So, do you like Breaking Benjamin too?
So I've seen him live, and the whole time I was thinking that this band clearly is influenced by Tool, but wants to make it like a little bit more mainstream. But they were great live. Hannah and I have seen them twice.
Okay.
And
Wow.
there's a one album, I forget the name of it, but it's got that song like So Cold on it. It's pretty dope. They also they did the song for Halo as well, one of the
Really?
Halo songs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did know that.
They're not bad. They're not bad though.
Oh, you got Star Fox. I was like,
yeah. So that's our Praising with Friends. That's our good friends Jeremy and AJ. They actually are the musicians at our church, and cool. we all connected at Star Fox. I was like, I'm going to throw it on. So
that's awesome. Rushnil, how do you say that last name? Rushnil. I never can say that right. Rushnil. How do you say his last name? From Rush.
Dude, you killed his last name, man.
I know. I know. I feel so bad. I know about Rush's drummer, but I don't know how to say his name. How do you say his last name?
Peart.
That was close.
Everybody's always got it wrong. Everybody says Neil Peart, but it's Neil.
Yeah, that's
Peart.
what I was saying. Let's see. Jars of Clay, the Afters. I remember them. Skillet. I actually got in trouble when I was younger. I was going to see a Skillet show or concert, and I pierced my ears, and my mom was very angry with me. And so she didn't let me go to it. So I got invited.
Are your ears still pierced?
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna. Let's see if I can show it. They're not gonna go away because they're holes.
That's a little more than a pierce. That's like you got gauges.
Yeah. Gauges, yeah.
I can still put a pin in there.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, so it's I just don't wear them. I used to have them at a little bigger than a quarter size. So I also have this. This was stretched out to like a 4.
Really?
Yeah, and then I have.
So you have holes in your ears, and then a hole in your heart as well, because you're a dirty reseller.
Yes. Wow. Yep. Yeah, I guess that's.
Mort's in here. What's up, Mort?
But Grease Monkey said, wondering what that barbecue. Yeah, we got barbecue Saturday. That probably wasn't it was worth it, man. It was worth the Saturday game. It was so good. Oh man. Will these super chats be tithe, Keith, split with Great Goatee? Yes. So the first part of super chats was going to. I'm actually not in that part. Isn't going to this anymore. It was going to the giveaway series. So I have all that documented. But yeah, everything that comes in now, because they get paid once a month, I'm going to be splitting with Steve for helping me out. So
that's awesome.
So
let's get Steve 100%.
There we go.
Team Steve.
You did not win the Team Steve. You did not win the Starbucks gift card. Sorry, but there's 2 people. I was thinking about announcing it tonight, but I'm not announcing it just yet. But there was 2 people that were almost spot on. And so if you're wondering what that was, if you haven't watched my latest video, I say on there that I'll give away a Starbucks gift card if you could best. My wife said I worded it wrong. I just worded it bad. What I was meaning was if you can figure out how much I spent, and if you got each how much I spent and the value of everything, you would win. Whoever was closest on each of them. She said it sounded like I was saying if one person was closest on how much I spent and one person was close on how much it was worth, then I would give 2 gift cards. So that's not what I was saying. Whoever was closest on each of them. I was meaning like on both of them together. I just worded it wrong.
Oh,
So.
Sticky Bricks. You losing out on that Starbucks gift card is actually better for you because their coffee is trash. Message me on Instagram. I will get you better coffee than what Keith is giving you.
I'm not giving good stuff. I see how it is.
He's giving you that like poop water.
The poop water. It's not horrible, but
no, actually, I love Starbucks. So
the dude is a cool dude. It's that flipper dude. So he is very cool. Devil Wears Prada. I remember Devil Wears Prada. I saw them when they first came out, and they played at Cornerstone Music Festival in Illinois, and there was like 30 people there. And that was when they were like just starting out. Woodman Classic, what's up, man? I think maybe I said hey earlier. Wow, did I just go back in the chat? I just realized.
Yeah, I think you're going.
Yeah. I was like, why did it? What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for coming in. Okay, that's the new lineup. Yeah, I thought the original people were like in a hardcore band. Punk Goes Pop. They had a few albums. Like, what were some of the compilation CDs that had like multiple bands on there? Has anyone listened to Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah, I have Beaver. I've actually, I think, seen Greta Van Fleet. It's like acoustic stuff, like indie acoustic folk type thing. Stuff. Yeah, sad, very sad.
Did someone say Femme Fatale? Oh, Fatality? I haven't heard of them.
Jared used to play a lot of shows here in Columbus. So,
really?
Yeah,
well, I played in Columbus. I don't remember where we played in Columbus. Oh, okay. So they were from Slayer? I didn't realize that. Just went to Game Exchange and got a Sweet Simpsons Funko Pop. What about an old Christian rock group called the Benjamin Gate? I never listened to them, but I know about them. She's married to Jeremy Camp. What's your favorite Star Fox game, Eric, and why? And I guess that can go for everybody, but we'll start with Eric.
So Mort's gonna get the W on this one, but it's not because Star Fox 64 is my favorite. It's besides the Super Nintendo one, the only Star Fox game I've played, and that's just because when we were kids growing up, the GameCube. If you had a GameCube, we'll just say there was a negative stereotype that young boys would say were GameCube owners. And so it wasn't cool to own a GameCube growing up. It was Xbox or PlayStation, Grand Theft Auto or Halo. And so we missed the GameCube era. Like I played a few GameCube games growing up and I had them, and then Jared stole them from me and sold them for drug money. But
that's
we could get into that if you want to, but so Star Fox 64, just because I haven't played any of the GameCube ones, and then Nintendo stopped making Star Fox games.
Yeah,
which doesn't make sense.
Is Mort talking about Greta Van Fleet?
Is that what he meant with GVF? I was wondering. I was like, dude, Mort's in here speaking like ancient Aramaic, and I have no idea what he's saying, dude.
He said Led Zepp again.
Led Zepp again? I don't know what that is.
That's because that's who they sound. Well, they do sound like them at least a little bit.
Tourniquet. I remember the band Tourniquet. I think he's talking about.
I remember Tourniquet.
Yeah. Cake. Thank you once again, James. You don't have to give that to me, but I do appreciate it. Cake is actually one of the best live shows I've seen. Yeah, he's always hitting
James, dude.
I know. He's the man. He doesn't want it to be like talked about and promoted though. So
I'm more of a pie person. So
I remember Cake. I never really got too into him, but I can imagine it was a fun show.
Costco makes a great cake.
Wow. But you like pie more.
So let's
dude, pumpkin pie every day, dude. My time is near right now for pumpkin pie because it's like
I can't tell if you're trolling or if you're actually.
Oh no, dude! So for our birthday, I'm a twin, and my parents know that they'll get Jared his birthday cake, but Eric gets a pumpkin pie because like it's my favorite. It's like what besides baklava, it's like baklava's number one favorite dessert. and then number 2 would probably be pumpkin pie.
Wow, I love pumpkin pie.
Dude,
But it's
the
just
best.
funny because he was mentioning the band, and you're like, pie is actually better.
Yeah, I'll take pie every day over cake.
Let's see. Real Big Fish. Oh, I never saw them live, but I bet that was awesome. I bet that was fun. I haven't heard El Estepario Siberiano. I haven't heard of that.
It just sounds like King James scripture right there, man. I don't understand any of it.
That actually sounds more like the Vulgate because it's more Spanish. So L sounds King James. What's up, everyone? Thanks, Brickington, for coming in. Yeah, dude, with Lecrae. Yeah, I never got too into Lecrae, but
Lecrae's good, dude.
Lecrae is. Jesus Drinks Caribou. I don't know what that is.
It's a coffee shop. It's a step up from Starbucks.
Okay.
The guy Mort's talking about is that unbelievable drummer on Instagram, and
I don't know who that is.
He's like unbelievably fast. He's just
really, dude. Shout out, the chat is blowing up with pie fans right now. Let's go.
I'm still trying to catch up over here. Landon, thanks for coming in. Let's see. Star Sucks, not Starbucks.
Who said that? That's great.
That's Gamer Emporium.
Okay.
He said my wife loves Starbucks.
That Estepario guy or whatever, however you say his name, he like plays blast beats. With one hand.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay, so the metal band I was in, and I actually just connected with our old drummer. That's what he did with us. He was crazy. He was doing quadruples and or whatever it's called, where it's like both feet were rolling, and so it's like, and he was just, the blast beats were insane, and he gravity beats. He was doing gravity beats, and he was insane, and he was dude. Best. No offense to you, or because I've never heard you, but like anybody else, but the best drummer I've ever seen or played with is a guy local, and he does not get enough recognition. He may be in the chat somewhere because I know he said he was going to try to come in. Best drummer I've ever seen when he would actually just go off on it. It's crazy. But he also had a groove. It's not just that he could play fast. He just had a groove.
Yeah.
I'm gonna resell it. Says Star Fox 64.
So, Keith, are you the guy when I go to Guitar Center who's just jamming out to Crazy Train but doesn't buy anything? Is that you?
Probably so. That probably was me. Yeah,
they just played the same thing.
What we used to do whenever we would any tour we would go on, like if we found a really cool music store, really big one, we'd go into the back area and plug up the guitars, and we would write songs. So we would write our songs on tour at the Guitar Center, not Guitar Center, but like the guitar area in the music store.
Dude, Columbus has a fantastic music scene, by the way.
Nice.
We have a really good music scene here. Yeah,
like we played there years ago. I can't remember where we played, but we played there a few times. In Dayton, we played Dayton too.
It was probably on campus. My guess would be Scully's, Ace of Cups, one of those places.
I can't remember. It was years ago. I don't remember. Gamer Emporium likes Star Fox for the GameCube. Oh wow, I can see why your mom would be mad. I forgot what I said, or was it your mom that? One of our moms.
There's been so many mom jokes.
I know. GFV means Creative Van Fleet. Lies. There were 2 Star Fox games on the Wii U. That's right. Zero Guard. Isn't that like a? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There were Star Fox games on the Wii U.
I skipped the Wii U.
Okay.
Completely.
So I never played them, but my dog's name is Zeppelin after Led Zeppelin. Nice. Rival Sons, I've heard of them. I just don't know anything. Or is it a CD? I don't know. Maybe I haven't heard of it now that I'm thinking of it. What is Rival Sons? You know what Rival Sons is?
I have no
band?
idea.
Sounds familiar.
I think it's just 2 people in this band. Eric wanted our wedding dessert to be pumpkin pie in July.
Yes, I did. And I wanted baklava too. So
Pumpkin pie every year. Baklava, nice, all day.
let's go.
Do you like Dutch Bros coffee?
I've never heard of them, but I don't, just the name alone, I'm kind of a little hesitant. So I thought the person was going somewhere dirty. So
No, I don't think that's what they're doing. Not from her. So
We've got 2 Dutch brothers right here by our house.
so it's good. It's good coffee though. I love coffee.
I don't do coffee.
I love coffee.
We used to just. I gotta get some more. I'm a little fancy. I order coffee directly from a farm in Thailand. So
okay,
it's really really good.
It's not some of that coffee where they feed the beans to the monkeys and they poop them out and they make coffee.
I don't know. They may. I don't know. But it's the people, the church that we planted there. It's their farm that the pastor's family runs. So
that's probably not
similar
what they
to
do.
Starbucks. Okay.
Similar to Starbucks. No, it's way better. It's really good.
If I had to pick between Starbucks and Dunkin', I think Dunkin's regular coffee is better than Starbucks. Starbucks, so you can get an Americano with a blonde roast, and that's really rare and hard to find. So I'll give them that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a connoisseur, but I do like a good coffee. I don't really care for Starbucks either. I mean, I can handle it, but so do any of you jam to video game soundtracks? If so, by the way, in a few weeks I'm having a few people on, and we are doing a whole thing on video game soundtracks. So that's going to be a fun one. But
somebody's asking if I'm a gamer too. I'm an OG. I'm an OG gamer, man.
OG gamer.
Dude,
So,
it was in my heyday whenever the first video games came out.
Yeah, in television. Did you have it in television?
I did have it in television. I sure did.
So what video game soundtracks do any of you jam to any?
Unfortunately, I collect vinyl, and I say that just because, like, when you moving vinyl is the biggest pain. It's heavy, it's fragile, and but I love it, man. There's nothing better than putting on a record and like letting it consume you. You know, there's no other distractions. It's you and the music.
Yeah.
Man, video game soundtrack while I'm driving. No, actually, to be honest, lately when I'm driving, dude, I either listen to the Bible or George Janko show. I've been listening to a lot of George Janko lately.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't heard of George Janko, guys, he does a really good. He used to be on Logan Paul's podcast. He left, which I don't know how anyone would ever want to work with Logan Paul. It sounds like a nightmare, but he left and he's doing his own thing, and he's, spreading the gospel, and it's great, man. So
I've seen some of his stuff, but I didn't see.
I enjoy it. I enjoy his stuff.
He's good because he brings a younger he's 31. He brings like a younger person perspective. Like, I feel like I can relate to him a lot, but he is so passionate about God, and he's not afraid to talk about it.
I might be thinking of somebody that was on his show, because I was thinking he was an older guy.
No, George Janko's a Syrian for starters, so his like family is like descendants of Nimrod.
He had what, really?
Yeah. He apparently a Syrian. They say are descendants of Nimrod.
Yeah.
Dude, he has some good
he
interviews.
Had an older guy on his show. That's why I was okay. I was thinking of Patrick. Is it Patrick David or something like that? Because he's had him on a few times. Okay. I saw when he had that apologist Cliff Nechtel, or however, him and his son.
Yeah,
Cliff Connectley, dude. Yeah, Stuart and Cliff.
Dude, he's been on everybody's show lately, man.
They're great though. They're doing good work.
Yeah.
They go to.
He was
go
preaching
for it,
at one of
Keith.
the colleges we go. So one of the colleges we preach at, he was just at recently preaching.
Did you guys like do a preach off?
No, we did. He wasn't there when we were there. I just saw he recently was.
Okay.
He had put up videos a few months ago. So.
Did y'all
he's
tag
great.
team?
Yeah,
No, I wasn't there. So. He said, I don't know if you saw his Bowman said he can't believe I let you on the show. We want Jared.
Dude, I wasn't supposed to be here, man. Jared was supposed to come, and we did a little switcheroo at the end, right at the buzzer. So
yeah, well,
tag
so you
team.
actually got to get on your solo live. So look,
yeah,
great, way different music than Eminem. I do agree. I don't
100%, dude.
By
the way, speaking of Eminem. And I want to acknowledge this. Eminem dropped a new album out, and it wasn't the #1 album. He got beat by a Christian rapper, Forrest Frank. Was the #1 album on iTunes. Beat Eminem.
Forrest Frank? I think I remember seeing this.
Forrest Frank.
Eminem's album is awful, man.
So Hannah and
Forrest Frank. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
We're actually seeing Forrest Frank in a couple weeks in Philadelphia. He's playing with Josiah Queen, both incredible artists. And dude, Forrest Frank's amazing, super talented. His album too, Child of God, it just dropped. It's like I've never listened to an album cover so many genres. There's hip hop, there's pop, there's indie, alternative music. It really covers a wide aspect, but all of it,
some kind of indie type music in there.
Yeah, dude, he's super talented. So
his like video looks kind of indie in style.
He's I'll give Forrest this too, man. He's a master of social media. He knows how to use it and use it well. His short form content is incredible. The editing is really solid too.
Who's Richard Christie, by the way? I don't know. I'm bad with names. So
I have no idea. I know Chris Christie, but I don't know Richard.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm joking. I love his flow. Okay. What year did Keith play here? That rhymed. What year did Keith play here? That would have been 15 years ago, probably. So I don't.
Dude, we might have seen you guys at one point.
We played with some punk bands there.
Jared and I were pretty active in the music scene, like since we were young teens. I mean,
yeah. See, I just don't remember. It's been so long. Yes, my mom did not like the piercing. That's why I couldn't go to the concert. We use Star Fox is hard to play, so look up the song Pressure and Time, or really anything live. The song Rapture is amazing as well. I'll check it out. Let's see. All right, let's see. What have I missed? You should put the link to that Thai coffee. So it is not. I'm ordering it directly from Person. They don't have a business. I actually was trying to start one here with them, and unfortunately, there's just a whole lot of legal bureaucracy, and I just couldn't do it. There's a lot of stuff with what's it called, like food laws and stuff like that. I wasn't able to do it. So we were ordering some and selling them to help fund the ministry to like local people, but it's really good. 3 Extreme PS1 soundtrack. Did any of you say what your favorite soundtracks are? I'll go ahead and say mine. I listen to 3 soundtracks all the time. It is Persona 3, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5. And I also like the Persona 5 Royal. So if Persona music is the best music, in my opinion, I listen to it all the time.
Preach.
So
that honestly, that would probably be mine. I have Persona 5 on vinyl.
I already have people on there, Bryce, and so it's going to be it's already like 6 people. But if somebody backs out, I'll let you know.
Yeah, Persona would probably be mine. I have 5 on vinyl. Just because of money, I passed on 3 and 4. So But yeah,
How much are the
that would
vinyls
be up
on that?
there. It was through IM 8-bit, so I mean it was pretty reasonable, but they're all like collector's editions, so the
Yeah.
price goes up. But dude, it's one of the coolest things I've seen as a Persona fan. So, yeah, that would have to be mine. My mind's drawing a blank right now. I also listen to a lot of lo-fi video
love
game
lo-fi. I'm
remixes,
the same way. So we like the same stuff. So me and
game chops, like all of their stuff.
dude, I love
Yeah.
listening to. I do like listening to some of the. There's a jazz and jazz
Yeah.
ensemble. I do like listening to them. I saw where Retro Rick was getting some band, and it made me think about the J Ensemble or something, whatever it is.
Oh,
Jazz.
okay.
They do Persona stuff as well, but they do all kinds of game music. No, what he was saying, he said, what does being Syrian got to do with being... No, what he was saying is that he was saying that...
Georgienko.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out who he was, so he was identifying who, like, how to know who he was, because he talks about that.
Yeah.
So,
What's up, Go Snow?
Oh, he's in the house. What's up, man? Let's see. Gospel Gang. I remember Gospel Gangsters. I definitely remember Gospel Gangsters.
I love the name. Never heard of them though.
Yeah, I definitely remember Gospel Gangsters. So you notice I just said gangsters. What's up, man? How's it going? Go Snow in the house. Why is this not working? Hold up. Here we go. Yeah. See, like I said, we're just hanging out and talking tonight. Akash, what's up, man? How's it going?
What up, Akash?
Bill Murray. Is that supposed to be Bill? That's that band that's like country and hardcore at the same time.
I mean, Bill Murray makes music, so
yeah. Atlas is remastering Persona 1 and 2. Wow, nice. Have
you ever heard those stories about Bill Murray just showing up at random parties and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
I haven't. I don't.
Yeah, I gotta shout out more. He made a Fly of the Conchords reference that no one understood.
I didn't
more.
I see you.
I see you. He referenced in the show Fly of the Conchords. They're a band too, but
yeah, I know the Fly of the Conchords. So.
They best rappers are the Hip Hopopotamus and the Rhymenoceros. That they did a music video. I think it was like I'm the Hip Hopopotamus. Dude, it's a great show. You would like Fly of the Conchords. I'm just saying.
Yeah, didn't they have a show?
On HBO with all of the Taika Waititi people are in it. Actually, I don't know if Taika Waititi. He did like the Thor movies. I think he was a part of that or his crew. So
okay, yeah. See, I didn't really know anything about him. I just remember seeing him. Let's see, KJ52. Yeah, that was a good song. Dear Slim. I remember Dear Slim. Voices the Crab in Mona. Really?
Yeah. Probably the guy with the glasses because he's done a lot in his acting career. It seems like.
Okay, I didn't know that. Well, you know what? Something I wanted to ask you because you talk about this, is how did your channel get started? Because I know we've been talking a lot in the chat, but I want you. I know you said you have an origin story.
We do.
Yeah, so let's hear about it.
Okay. So we obviously our name is Retro Gaming Pandemic, and so Jared and I started the channel during the pandemic in 2020. Okay. To be honest with you, Keith, before we started this, my brother and I really didn't communicate. We weren't close. We didn't really connect besides on family events, and game hunting and YouTube really brought us closer together to where like we talk every day now, and we're so much a part of our lives. My wife and I got married in 2020, and so we were one of the, in my opinion, I would say blessed people, because I feel like God puts you through suffering and gives you blessings that you don't see. And so looking back on that, our wedding was during COVID, but it was such a blessing because I think it made us reevaluate our relationships, but also made us stronger as a couple that
That's
we
awesome.
went through the world shutting down, and we still love each other. So
that's good.
But
he who finds the wife finds the good thing, is what the Bible says.
Yeah. So anyway, through Jared hits me up in 2020 and says, "Hey, do you have our old video games?" And at the time, I didn't know about reselling or anything. I've always been a gamer, but Jared fell out of gaming, got into music, and you guys know his story from the previous episode. So he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, do you have the games? I've been checking out this channel called NES Pursuit.
Okay.
You might be into it. Check them out." And so I told Jared, I was like, "Yeah, I got our games. I got the whole GameCube collection still, because like me, I'm OCD. I keep everything clean, mint, and so I had everything from our childhood, and but I didn't know that there's a monetary value for this. I remember getting Double Dash at GameStop for $8 because my roommates and I wanted to play Double Dash. So Jared did that, and then Hannah and I started watching NES Pursuit because it was like the one thing while planning a COVID wedding that kept us stress-free was watching Riff and Rick and stuff. And so we got hooked on them, and then Jared comes over, he gets the GameCube collection from me, I give it to him. And then the next week he's like, "Hey, do you want to go game hunting?" And so I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'm down." And we go, and I see Double Dash there for $80. I was like, "Dude, I just gave you like 30 games, the GameCube and everything for nothing and stuff." And so Jared hustled me as a joke, but anyway, so long story, he ended up giving me an N64, to kind of try to make up for it. Even though I'm like, I'm like, Jared, the GameCube games I see what Retro was spending, bro. GameCube games and N64 are not on the same level. So, but anyway, so we started game hunting together, and for like the first year, we just spent money and didn't film any of it. And like we're collecting and everything and building our game collections up. And the whole time we started talking about, hey, like we have a Ricky dynamic, and we're twins and we're brothers and we've been doing this our whole lives. Why don't we film that and do a channel? And both Jared and I, we grew up with music and teaching ourselves Reason, Logic, Pro Tools and stuff. So we felt confident we could learn editing. So anyway, fast forward to 2021, my wife Hannah was like, "Hey, we're watching NES Pursuit. We're talking about starting a channel." She's like, "Why don't you guys go to that convention everyone keeps filming, Southeast Game Exchange?"
Yeah.
And so she pushed us to go, and so we decided to go. And the big reason to go was to meet Riff and Ricky. Eric, what is the one video that inspired us on our first video we did? I think actually, Jared, I'm gonna go with two video. Jared's talking about our first video was a Siege Pickups video where him and I went back and forth. And the first video I would say was Metal Jesus and Radical Reggie. Jared and I were very inspired by how they did their pickups videos. But the second video, there's two of them we watched. The second video was Riff and Mort on Pixel Game Squad when Mort's Garage, but this is pre-Mort channel. Mort would just come on and him and Riff would do pickup stuff. That inspired us to do that. So, but anyway, Jared's getting me distracted here.
Well, hey, let me distract you a little bit more, because somebody asked you this question a while back ago. So did you plan on changing or removing the pandemic name?
So I think both of us want to keep pandemic. The reason why we picked it was Yeah, I agree. We picked Pandemic because Jared has a marketing background and thought the searchability of the word pandemic during that time would be good. It didn't really pick up like we thought it would, but that's our origin, so it kind of sticks. But we have talked about when we first started the channel, Jared came up with the name Retro Gaming Pandemic. During that time, we talked about shortening it to Retro Pandemic, but then we just kind of leaned because we were like, we're only going to collect video games ever. And then Jared went full on
vintage,
vintage VHS,
That's
literally
right,
anything.
Yeah.
So
watches, everything.
Dude, literally anything and everything. So
Steve, have you seen his house or where he his collection?
I have not.
He's got a lot of stuff.
It's crazy, man. Retro Wolf has filmed like 4 game room tours because it keeps changing. So,
but anyways, go ahead.
I will say, so we get to Siege, and our whole reason to go was to meet Pixel Game Squad. Yeah. And literally, Hannah and I get to the Hilton before Jared did. And we're in the elevator. We go up the elevator. We get off at our floor. And right at the door of the elevator waiting was Riff and Gabo with Cheap Finds Gold Mines. And I literally froze, man. I've never been starstruck in my life before. And in that moment, I was completely like, I didn't know what to say. And then Hannah, who's my rock, was just like, hey, we're here to meet you guys. No. No, you're good. And so anyway, we met Riff and Gabo, and then we ended up seeing them at the convention, and they called us the elevator action people off the NES game. And because of that, we just started talking to them. And then, we met everyone that we're really good friends with today. And, we mentioned YouTube and we filmed a little bit, but nothing crazy. But Hannah and Riff really hit it off. And Riff was going to hire, my wife's a graphic designer, and Riff got her contact info to do some freelance work.
Oh, nice.
And then when we get back from Siege, I get a text message from Riff. I didn't know who it was at the time, but he said something I can't really say on camera because we might get taken down we might get canceled. But but he sent me something to joke, troll, and I was like, who the heck is this? So. But anyway, he Riff did a video call with us after Siege and went over YouTube video editing, how to do everything. Literally showed us everything, and then Jared and I were like, "Well, I guess we're doing this." So and we started. So
that's pretty cool, man.
Siege literally changed our lives. So
that's awesome. That's really cool, man. Well, and here you are now. Now you meet all these other people. Go Snow said
unfortunately.
At Mojo, he said, unfortunately, Mojo Dojo, super cool guy.
Yeah.
At Mojo Dojo. Oh, at the Mojo Dojo.
Yeah. The Mojo Dojo, they're dope friends of ours who live in Ohio. They got a cool store. So
I thought you were going to say Mojo Dojo is dojo. The way you were saying it, I was like, oh, Poker Medic, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on. Let's see. Well, I'll ask this, and then we'll go into a game. Let me make sure I get everything here. Retro Rob, I got to meet Retro Rob at Siege. That was cool. I was excited to meet him.
Yeah.
Popcorn Yellow Stripe Smile. Popcorn Yellow Stripe Smile. I'm not sure I'm following. Do you know what that means?
Dude, he likes popcorn.
Yeah, maybe it's making him smile. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, he's eating out of the Deadpool popcorn bucket.
Speaking of Deadpool, I ended up doing a trade for a PS3 for that game, and a PS3 Super Slim. And,
okay.
And the other people weren't wanting to trade, and I was like, why are they not trading for this? And they wanted like more money, and that thing is stupid expensive. They're selling
Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool on the PS4. I sold mine for $170.
What? Why is it so expensive?
I don't know. It's way above price charting right now, and some are selling for $200.
It's
Is
got to
it
be
a good
because of the
game?
movie, right?
I heard
Yeah,
the
it's gotta be.
I heard the game sucks. It's just because of the movie.
Ooh, never, dude. I would never do that.
So it's but yeah, it's so online it's selling like crazy. So price charting has it at like 125, but it's like selling 160, 70, 80, 90. I've seen them priced above 200. Well, one of them recently, like in the past week, sold for 196, I think, which is
I don't.
I've been seeing that intro to the second movie, his second movie where he's
Yeah.
defending Nickelback.
Oh,
Dude, I don't speak dirty resellers, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
wow. Yeah, it's because of the Deadpool. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Okay, so Grease Monkey helped me with my booth this past week. By the way, I want to show this really quick. Let me grab it. Hold on.
Oh, thank you. I thought he was gonna get up and not have pants on.
Hopefully, I won't have to give these away. But he did a trade with me, so
Dang.
he helped me out. Yeah, so I got Scud and Off Road Extreme. Now his game was, I still got to send it to him. Was obviously more like he collects Zelda. So this Zelda back here is the Adventures of Zelda.
Okay.
Right there, and it's got all the manual, the insert, the map, and foam, and all that stuff. But I traded with that, which I was more excited about this. Plus, I know he likes Zelda, and he's helped me out. He's helped me out with a lot of stuff. So it was, to me, I think that was it got him something he liked, got me something I liked, and it just made us both feel good. So. So I got 2 new Saturn games. Hopefully, I don't have to give them away one day. So.
Dude, I thought this whole time your background was green screen.
Really?
Yeah, I thought the collection was fake.
I thought there's another Eric troll thing. Well, let me. So your brother came on here and shared his testimony, and I mean, you don't have to share every little thing, and then we're going to go into a game, but. So we're going to go from something very serious to a game. But tell me a little bit about how, obviously your wife, because you talked about, your wife, someone who was already a believer, and that kind of spoke to you. But as well, was there also a pull seeing something, not just to hey, I want to turn over a new leaf, but seeing your brother, he wasn't just turning over a new leaf. You saw something actually changing. How did that did that impact you with your how was that coming to faith, coming to Christ?
I mean it will go down as the greatest. I hope my wife doesn't take offense for me not saying our marriage, but sure. To me our marriage with God is the greatest thing that we do. While we're on this earth. So it's the best thing I will ever do with my life. It's my greatest accomplishment. Oh, glory to God. So
I don't think she'd be offended by that.
Yeah, no, with my wife, she showed me grace that I've never experienced before in any relationship, and I could never figure out why that was. And that's because of her faith. And then seeing Jared transform, because, I've seen the side of Jared that was Jared today. If you check out our Instagram, shared a short, he did a podcast interview about his drug addiction. And he talks about that he had a lot of faith, but he was worshiping false idols. He was worshiping drugs and alcohol. And so I've seen that side of Jared more closely than anyone has. There's things that, I would probably not feel comfortable bringing up on here because Jared's turned a new leaf, and and it's not fair of me to keep bringing that stuff up and living in the past. So, but I've seen that side, and then I've seen where he's become through Christ, and if anyone who said, I saw something on Instagram that, I'm trying to be good with managing my anger in these moments and be Christ-like, but I saw something where it was an interview with the Stranger Things kid, Finn Wolfhard, and with Paul Rudd, and they said who in history. Paul Rudd was Ant-Man in the Marvel movies.
Oh, okay.
Literally plays the same character in every single movie. They asked Paul Rudd, who in history would you want to see? And he said, I would like to meet Jesus Christ. And Finn Wolfhard, the Stranger Things kid, starts hysterically laughing and said, you do realize Jesus isn't real, right? And I saw that, and I was like, oh, here we go. Eric's about to hit the comments. But I was like, no, you know what? Give him the other cheek, But what I wanted to say in that, though, was that if you need evidence that Jesus is real, just look at my brother's transformation and just look at all the transformations across the world of how Jesus changed people's lives. That is the greatest evidence that Jesus is real and is a living God today. So,
well, that's awesome. Well, it's cool, because I talked to Saturn Steve, and he's even, talked to me about seeing how you came to faith and the difference of like arguing certain things. And then now it's like, man, the Bible's transforming your views and everything. It's so cool, man. And it's and whenever I met you and Jared, just from the internet and seeing your desire to have zeal and to talk about Christ, it's just been really cool.
Dude, it's
so much evidence that Jesus was at least real living.
Historical,
real living person that actual agnostics prove is real. So
about that, it's an interesting time for Jared and I to be new Christians because this country right now is going through a presidential election, and one thing I've seen becoming a Christian that does to you, where before I used to see like, am I a Republican? Am I a Democrat? And now when people ask me like, what party are you? I'm like, well, I'm a Christian. God first always. So it changes your entire lens of how you view and see things and how you vote, how you live your life. I used to live a life that didn't have a value system, and now I do have one. And to me, it's the most important thing for me. So, awesome. It's a beautiful thing, man. I seriously, it softened my heart. So
amen. See,
that's what I
Chosen. Yeah, I think we all have, and I know a lot of Christians that would come against it, and I don't get all into that. I enjoy it. Are there things I disagree with? I mean, what church or Christian do I agree with on everything 100%? I don't get bogged down by little things. Amen, Roman. He said, I'm not a Christian, but I respect anyone's religion. As long as I'm respected, I show the same. Absolutely. So I think he brings up a really good point, because this is something I've had to grow in. So let me, what he's saying, and I think this is good for everyone.
Go for it, dude. I'm all to talk about anything, dude.
Yeah, but I like that he said that, because there is part of like, well, one thing is just there is a mutual respect and honor of humanity. We should honor humanity wherever you stand. But the other thing is something I've struggled with before, is that I used to think that I was me and you, Eric, we've talked a little bit about some of this privately, even disagreeing and agreeing as well.
Yeah.
Is that I went through a thing where I felt that it was my purpose and my responsibility to fix everything, correct everything, and make everybody see why Jesus is true. And I realized that's not my goal. My goal is to preach the truth, because I desire everyone to come to Christ. But at the same time, in the midst of doing that, if I can't see, because the Bible says faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the preaching of the word, and how shall they hear unless a preacher is sent? So preaching, people do need to hear the truth, but preaching that is just preaching is a loud clanging gong, and there is no if there is no life that shows that what I'm preaching really has value in what I'm saying, and I honor other people, then it does no good, and it's a dead letter. And so I had a problem with, I had this thing that I have to make people see why they're wrong, and or else. And one of the reasons is because I felt if I didn't do something that, and this is a sad thing, is that I thought that my relationship with Christ was marred. And so I put such a heavy burden on myself that, and I should be burdened for people that don't believe, obviously, because that's what our faith says, but that I would dishonor people and make people, feel less as people or as image bearers of God. And so I'm definitely, no, I'm not like that. I was at one point though, man. And I do believe in like zeal and as they say, the church triumphant, which means I'm going forward and I'm trying to see the kingdom of God be brought forth. But I can't be that way, because if I'm that way, every message I could be sending is shut off. And I've learned that. And I've learned that, unfortunately, by my own failings. But I've definitely learned it.
Keith, I used to be like you,
on the other side.
On the other side. So Jared and I, we went to Ohio State University, very large college campus. If you don't know who the Buckeyes are, then you've been living.
I probably know who you ran into.
You've been living in a hole. So, but I used to literally go. There's on campus. It's called the Oval. It's a huge open area, and that's where everything goes down. I literally saw 2 Chainz play there. They used to be like, and the Roots and like everything. But I used to go there and just look for you because I wanted to argue. Yeah, for not you specifically, but just like the street preachers.
Yeah, you probably know some people I know. You probably ran into some people I know.
Dude, we used to go at it. I studied political science and economics, so like I love to argue and debate. And I got my dad's genes in me, and he's a big likes to argue.
I'm the same way, because I definitely, and I'm sure you've gotten a little taste of that. I definitely have I love to debate. I just like debate because I like to strengthen my own mind. And if people can handle it, I enjoy it. But if I can tell they can't handle it, I back off.
The thing is, though, and what I think you get it, Keith, is that there's like a thing of healthy debating and toxic debating. Yes. And like right now, like you and I, we had a good conversation. We did not agree on everything, but we had a healthy debate. There was all love. This country, though, is right now addicted to toxic debating, where everyone's pitted against each other and everyone hates each other. And it's just like, this country needs healing, man. If we don't get past that, I do believe we're going to face like a civil war. And
I agree. Well, it's also, I think, here we are talking about this. I think also, Steve, feel free to chime in here. Sorry, we're getting all heated.
I'm thinking to pull back the reins, man.
It's like, whoa, calm down. So what's funny is that I've always been it's just my personality. I don't know. I always kind of buck things. And so like, if I get around a bunch of like if I get into if I'm placed into a group and I begin to work things out, something happens where I'm like, I can't agree with that. And I'll challenge things. It's just how I am. And I do it on every little thing. So, I'm in a very conservative circle. I've been challenging a lot of the very conservative views that I've held for a long time. And it jolts people. And I have to be careful. But anyways, that being said, there's so much stuff going on in media and politics. And it's crazy how divided people are. They can't discuss. Not only that, bias. Bias is a huge thing. And people, if your bias is, let's just use an example. Okay, I won't even use politics. If your bias is chocolate, and then somebody else's bias is vanilla, somebody, if they read something about chocolate that incites their love for chocolate, even if it's false, they're going to grab whatever that was and blow it out of proportion. And I see people I agree with on their views take something that's put out there in the media that is very polarizing, very divisive, and because it agrees with their bias, they will run it to the ground, and it might not even be factual. And we're seeing a lot of this stuff recently, and because it stirs up people's bias. And I've come to a point to where I have to be very careful that taking something that somebody puts out there because I might kind of agree with it, and then looking really stupid in the end, and it's not even true.
Yeah. For me, Keith, like, and where I was kind of going with this, like, I used to be on that other side. I used to like to go and argue with those people.
Yeah.
I was to the point when I got baptized and came to faith, my dad, knowing who I used to be, didn't believe it. He couldn't believe it.
Wow.
He said it literally was like, I never thought I would see this day. And because of how I was, but you know, if it weren't for Hannah and Jared, who really softened my heart, Hannah, my wife's family too, they're you know, but what I was going with was the militant thing, was that Hannah and her family, who softened my heart and got me to open up to God and accept God and eventually surrender to God, was you good?
I think my thing's messing up. I can't hear you.
But
you said Hannah got you something, and that's where it froze up on me.
Okay, so where I was going out with the militant thing, so Hannah and her family, lifelong Christians, love the Lord and everything. They got me to open my heart and eventually surrender to God through being an example. They never pushed me to, hey, her dad never said, hey, if you want to marry my daughter, you need to come to Christ. Never had that moment. Literally, Hannah and I got married and I wasn't a Christian. I never had that pressure from her. I never had that pressure from her family. All they did was show me God's love every single day and live as an example as what it's like to follow Jesus. And I saw that and I kept saying, why are they different? Why are they happy? And why do I feel like there's a hole in my chest right now? And that something is missing with myself, something's missing with my marriage. Why do I feel this way? And then when I saw Jared take the dunk and come out of that water, I was like, that's it right there. It was right in front of me this whole time. I was blind, but now I see. And in that moment, I was like, I need to get baptized. I need to get baptized. I need to surrender. I need to throw my hands up and say, God, I'm giving you control right now. And that's what happened. And it wasn't through militant approach. It was literally be the example, be faithful, and that will rub off onto others. So
and that's really cool. See, this kind of stuff is helpful too for me, and it should be, for a lot of people, is especially, and I know not everybody here's like a Christian, but this can be applied to anything. Different things do work for different people, and as long as what's being done is truth, and because you don't want to justify the ends, the means don't justify the ends. So you want to make sure that what you're doing is truth. I always use the argument in the Bible, Obadiah and Elijah. One was before King Ahab rebuking him. The other one was working in the kingdom, and so, but they were both righteous. And I used to argue so much as, no, you have to be up front, you have to be in people's face, because that's how I came to Christ. Because even though I was raised in the church, I rebelled. I never really understood any of it. I didn't like it. I rebelled. And then it did take a preacher coming to me and rebuking the tar out of me and being very in my face. And that pierced me. And I realized that I was fake.
Is that how you got pierced?
No, that's not.
Like, literally,
it
spoke it into existence.
No. So there's different, and I've seen different things, and I've seen people that I've been super, just nice and gentle with, nothing. But then when I get real in their face, like real honest and real blunt, that changes something. There's been some people I've been trying to pound the truth in them, and then the moment I just start embracing them and being kind and living what I've been saying, then that's when things change. So I think there's wisdom and everything. But even aside from, we're Christians, so obviously we talk about that. But even aside from that, anything you do, like you're talking about all the division in the country and in the world today, is there is too much division, and there's no civil discourse. It just doesn't exist that well anymore. People can't take civil discourse. People can't take disagreeing and still honoring one another. It's crazy. And so hopefully I haven't experienced that since I've been, and that's one thing I really like about this whole, retro community. I have had some really cool experience with that.
There's a lot of people in this community who love Jesus, man, and I don't want to throw Riff's business out there, but Riff was a huge advocate and supporter for Jared and I, and what I in my time in knowing Riff, he's known Jared and I to be non-Christians, non-believers more than Christians. But the whole time, man, he was just kind of being that example and showing us what God's love was like. And I just remember the day Jared reached out to him, was like, hey, man, this is not editing related at all. But Eric and I got saved. That's awesome. He immediately was just like, this is amazing, like super filled with joy. So,
hey, man, I love that, man. Well, cool. Well, thank you for sharing that, man. Steve, did you have any questions before we go into our game or anything?
No, I was just going to say I'd like to debate the kid from Stranger Things.
Throw me at him.
There's more proof that Jesus Christ exists than any other person that has ever stepped foot on this planet.
Yeah,
hate to break it to him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's a agnostic historian named Bert Ehrman. I'm sure everybody here's heard of him. One of the things he says is he says, I don't believe he's the son of God. I don't believe, which I do. I'm just saying this. Bert Ehrman says that, but he says, but I can't deny as a historian that there's more evidence for him than who did you say? Leonardo or whoever it was that he said. It's some famous artist or something, but it's
if I remember correctly, there's more evidence that Jesus existed than George Washington.
Sure,
I think that's what it was.
So,
bro.
Keith, can I ask you a serious? I know you want to get to the game, but I did have a question for you, a serious one.
I feel like I'm about to get trolled, but go ahead.
No, if this derails, we can parking lot it and do it in another discussion. So, you have a collection behind you. We're collectors and everything. I got a collection behind me. How many games are you at right now? Do you know off the top of your head?
Oh man, I don't. So I used to have stuff just on Saturn or period.
100? Are you like hundreds of games?
A few hundred, probably like
few hundred.
Probably like around 300.
Okay, that's probably what I'm at too, Jared. Okay. We've been trimming, trying to. We're doing the Sega Slim Down, but with our games, not our bodies. Yeah. So, is collecting a sin?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be doing it if I thought it was a sin. So,
I've always wondered that.
Give a yes or no, or you want me to give a reason why I don't think it is?
Go into it.
Because one, there's nothing in the scripture that says it is. Oh, Steve, I can't hear you. Oh, Steve's muted. I think you muted yourself, man.
I said I understand why he's asking. So,
because there was something I read. I think it was in Matthew, maybe. It was one of the Gospels that talks about
not to store your treasures up here on earth, but to store them in heaven.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this stuff can burn, and I have this doesn't hold anything over me. If this holds anything over me, because you could say the same thing about having a bank account. You could say the same thing about savings, but yet the Bible also says that a wise man stores up for his children's children, and so the there's nothing wrong about collecting. If it, just like anything, if you collect anything and it consumes you, if it takes away from your responsibilities, if it takes away from your faith, then yeah, I would say anything not a faith is sin. If you know to do something good and do not do it is sin, and breaking of God's law is sin. And so those are the things those are the descriptions of sin in the Bible. So things like not to store up your treasures here on earth, then if that's the case, because in the in Acts how they were giving away their houses to each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those weren't just like, hey, we're giving away our house. These were people who owned real estate. These were people who owned property, and they were giving. They were financially blessed, and they were giving to people. So there's people that have, people will abuse this and say, God wants us rich, but no, having and enjoying this things here on earth. Because the Bible also says if you don't hate your brother, and your sister, then you're not worthy to be my disciple. So people think, wait, I'm supposed to hate people? Because they don't understand the context and rightly dividing. So it's I would absolutely get Bunny DV's, or your wife said, I hope collecting isn't a sin. I'm just here for the Monster High. Oh yeah. So Steve, by the way, you need to pull those out. So no, I wouldn't say. Is that a good enough? Okay. Is that a good answer? I got
you gave a sim. I listened to a podcast just before this with Cliff Connectley and Stewart, and they were talking about something similar, not collecting, but something else. But he gave a similar answer to that. If you're abusing it so much to where, like in this case, it was something more like physical health related. If you're abusing it so much that you're hurting your body, your temple, then that's a problem at that point.
Yeah.
So.
There's a scripture that says, when I became a man, I put away my childish things, and therefore I think as a man, not as a child. So some people will say collecting games and toys is childish, but what they don't realize is that it has nothing to do with liking things of childhood. It's talking about thinking like a child, being immature, being when you should do something and don't do it because you just want to be a bum or whatever. It's like if I was getting a bunch of Monster High dolls but not feeding my kids, that's thinking like a child,
Yeah.
But having something that my kids enjoy. The Bible also says to have a heart of a child, and unless you become like a child, you cannot enter in the kingdom of God. So it's that balance of all the scriptures. So
for me, video games and collecting repaired my relationship with my brother, and that repaired relationship repaired my relationship with God.
Amen.
If to me, if that wasn't a part of God's plan, I don't understand then, because to me it seemed like God was like, hey, you need to get right with your brother first, and then your brother's going to help you get right with me. So
I think it also comes down to the innocence of, like, if you're trusting in the law, a lot of Christians trust way too hard in the law, and so they stress about, is this sin? Is the sin? Is the sin? And if we're looking more to the cross and His love and mercy for us, then we won't desire sin. But these things that we make sin. But Steve's showing all these. I'm going to make the big screen here.
I feel really bad that I'm sitting here showing Monster High dolls while y'all are preaching.
So does your
some of these I don't recognize?
Can you see these, Hannah? Are these any that your camera is a little bit blurry looking, but
yeah, I don't know why it's doing that today.
It might have been the setting you put it on. But how many do you have?
Well, this first lot that I got all put together, there's like 6 of them.
Oh,
it's we're whatnot right now. Starting at $1. Let's go.
There we go. Let's go.
So this is the first lot that I was fixing to put on eBay tonight.
Nice.
So
is that a little wolf character back there? The cat?
What?
I see the tail and the ears. Is that like a cat?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's some sort of cat or something.
You're like going real digital like. So there you go. Hannah.
Good. We don't blur it more. We don't need any more of these. We're going to Philly, Hannah.
Let's. My girls would love Monster High dolls. So your girls.
Girls, children.
Monster High doll. Oh, did you see this, Steve? The blonde one isn't a Monster High doll. She's from Ever After High, the sister brand.
Really? This guy right here?
Look at the knowledge. Spitting the knowledge.
Yeah, actually, at Siege, I bought the Zelda Wind Waker bobblehead from a Monster High doll vendor who was randomly at Siege vending, and she had the Zelda bobbleheads for like $80. So I picked one up, but I was like, Hannah, look, it's Monster High, and Hannah corrected me on that. It was like, no, that's Ever After High, nerd.
Interesting. Well, now we know.
Geek Cred Trivia. I'd love to come on your show and talk about reselling in Houston. Absolutely, man. Hit me up. I got a few people that have been wanting to come on. I don't know if you're talking about mine or someone else's, but I'm assuming you're talking about mine.
I think he's talking about our show.
Probably.
We're starting a show right now, so
yeah. Here we go.
It's called the Reselling in Houston podcast.
Oh well, because Steve's in Houston, so just send me an email at pickandpreacher@gmail.com. I got a bunch of people that are wanting to come on, and I'm trying not to get ahead of it. I'm trying to get like that fits. I also want it to fit with like what we talk about as game collecting, game hunting, and reselling in general. So I know Eric and Jared aren't resellers, but they
heck no.
The thing is they're not going to be like that, but they fit in with that whole circle of the game collecting, and which also has game resellers involved. So.
Actually, I would be lying though. Jared and I a few weeks ago we did vend at a convention for the very first time, and dude, I'll be honest. It was the most fun I've ever had at a convention. I filmed the whole thing, and I think I'm
loading up the game. So
no, I filmed the whole thing, and I think it's going to be such a great video. The footage I was looking at through, it's going to be different, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be a really good video, dude. We were just wheeling and dealing. I was like. If you brought little kids up, I generally just gave you your stuff for free because I have like a super soft heart now. And I'm like, some little kid grabbed like I had a Persona 5 like video game store cardboard sign. And he came up and he's like, I like Persona. And I was like, you know what, just take it. It's yours. And then afterwards I was like, dude, I bet his dad's like hiding over there. Like, yes, give me the sign.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Sent his kid.
Yeah. That sounds right. Well, here we are. We're gonna. Hopefully, this isn't too loud. I probably should have muted this first. But here, I'm gonna see if I can stop it for a second. Here we go. I'm gonna. Kind of loud. Ooh, that was loud. The price is right.
It was in drop D too. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's a drop.
Was that a double bass pedal?
Wow. All right. The price is right. We're going to try to go through this. We have some obscure, maybe also known. Switch has a lot. We're doing Switch because this is Eric's console.
Yes.
You play Switch, don't you, Steve?
I do.
So I knew you were a little familiar with that. And so, by the way, Steve has pretty much beat everybody that's come on except maybe one other person.
One person beat me, yeah.
What is this?
Okay.
How do you man the table with all the people? Oh,
nothing to do with skill, though.
No, it doesn't. So here we go. We're going to add this to the stage. We have Switch, and so if you can't see it, let me know, and I'll make it bigger. How do you man the table with all the people around to make sure there are no thieves? I just keep my eyes open, but stuff gets stolen. How long do we wait till Eric has Keith on a show? It's going to be soon. So, he wanted to come on mine, but doesn't want me to come. So.
Actually, I'll talk to Jared. Maybe we'll do a live thing, Keith, and you can be the first guest.
I was joking, but I am going to harass you. All right, so here we go.
You need to come on, Keith, the Retro Wolf show with us. We do on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. The only thing is, I usually am at church on Wednesday, so
dude, do it from church, man.
I can't do that. Well, we don't have internet up there right now. We haven't gotten the internet set up, so it's I wouldn't be able to do that. But here, let's go ahead and do this because it's getting late. Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. So the name of the game is, well, The Price is Right. And what you do is I didn't realize I had an 18 and a 19, so that was dumb of me. But basically, here's all the prices, and they're, from lowest to highest. Man, did I do 2 that close? It was hard to find them that separated. So we'll start here. And you can change it around at the end if you want to. That will be fine. But we'll start here with Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. We'll start with Steve. Steve, what do you think the price is?
Shoot.
I don't think I've heard of this one.
Man, I'm going to go middle of the road, and I'm going to say 67. All
right, Steve says 67. What about you, Eric?
Say
$1 like you did the last time you played with us.
I think I'm going to go with 19.
19. Here we go. Okay. All right. So we just did Dragon Ball Z. Let's see. Now we have, how do you say Ikaruga? I don't know if I'm saying it right. I hope I didn't get the Japanese one. Okay. Now here we go. Ikaruga. Oh, man. Here we go. Ikaruga. Is that how you say it? Ikaruga.
I think so.
So
that would be a Saturn Steve question.
So we'll go with I've definitely seen this one on other consoles, but what do you think? I think it's on isn't it on the game? Isn't there one on the GameCube? Eric, we'll start with you. Where do you want to put this?
So for me, 1, I've never seen this game in the wild. 2, I see Nicalis on it, and a lot of their games are more.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 77.
77. There we go. What about you? And yes, Saturn Steve is a Christian. So yes.
I'm trying to see the other games at the same time so I get an idea of what I'm looking at.
Minecraft Story Mode Adventure. I think it's the Complete Adventure. G Darius HD. I think it's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, it is a shmup.
And then
No More Heroes.
No More Heroes. And then Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Yoma. I haven't heard of this one. Yomawari. The Long Night Collection. Turok, and then Skylanders Imaginators.
I'll put that one. I'll put it right next to the other one. I'll put it at 68.
68 right here. All right, here we go. All right, next, let me make that small. Next,
Keith, you said we can change ours at the end.
Yeah, you can change.
Okay.
You can. I'll let you change them around if you like. Say, hey, I want to change these 3.
I was gonna say, put mine at 140.
I'll go ahead and do it. That's fine because we still haven't moved forward. All right, G Darius HD. Steve. It's a shoot 'em up game. It's made by, what is that? How do you say that? Inen? I'm pretty sure it's a shoot 'em up game.
Yeah, it is.
I'll put that one at 19.
All right, Steve's going to go at 19. All right, what about you, Eric? I didn't know that. I thought it was like a...
I'll do...
You're probably wrong either way, so don't worry about it. Just kidding.
Let's do 67.
67. I know I have 67, 68, 18, and 19. That doesn't make it very easy, but everything's pretty close. But Switch, most of the prices are pretty close.
Mhm.
All right. Now we have Minecraft story mode. We'll start with you, Eric. It's not just story mode. It is a special one. I think it's something, the complete adventures.
Okay. This one I'm gonna go with 32.
All right, 32 for Eric. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, I was going to say 32 also.
All right, 32 it is. All right, now we have No More Heroes. Isn't this a cool game?
Yeah. It's one I need, actually. I don't own this one.
All right, I think we'll start with Steve.
No More Heroes? Is that what it's called, you said?
Yep.
I'll put it at 42.
All right. And then where for you, Eric?
The same 42 is what I was thinking, but now it's making me reevaluate every single other one.
That's how it works. All right, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. You guys, it's a pretty. I mean, you see this one pretty often. I'm pretty sure. I think we have Brilliant Diamond.
Man, for me, I don't think it's an $8. I know it's not an $18. It's not a $18 game. So, put it at 68 for me.
All right, 68 for Eric. All right, what about you, Steve?
I put it at 77.
All right, 77. So you guys either have a lower or pretty high. All right, Skylanders, Imaginators. Steve, what do you think?
Whew.
The only reason I know the Minecraft price and the Skylanders, Minecraft I saw at Siege, we were looking at it, and then Skylanders I've seen. I think RJC Media recently talked about it. He had picked it up at a store. So
I have no idea at this point, so I'm putting it. I'll put that at the 140.
All right, Steve says 140. What about you, Eric?
Man, I had this thing at $18, but now I feel like it's about to be some hidden gem, holy grail thing.
So, do you want it at 18 or do you want it?
Yeah, we're going 18.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Turok, you guys remember Turok?
Oh yeah, I got this at Siege last year.
You probably know pretty close. So, Eric, you can go first. Well, who went first last? Yeah, Eric. Okay, so now it's your turn to go first.
I'll do 77.
All right, 77. What about you, Steve?
Well, yeah, he bought it last time, so I better go ahead and go with 80. That's about as close as I can get.
All right, and the last one is, this looks interesting.
We're like completely opposite on two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yoma Wari, the Long Night Collection. It seems like an indie type game. Looks pretty cool. I mean, the artwork.
NIS, yeah.
Is that what that is? Okay.
I don't know if they call if it's pronounced NIS or something else, but
Steve's gonna go first on this one. Well, he's on. Well, yeah, it's
there is no going.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, you're at 80. So, is there anything?
I'm locking in.
Eric's locked in. All right, what about you, Steve?
I'm good.
All right. And
I think this could be the worst one yet.
After this, we'll do the draw for the Saturn game, and then we'll close out. All right, so let's see. All right, let's see how close you guys are. All right, so 18 was the Dragon Ball Z game. 19, Steve, you got 1 point.
Woo!
All right, so Steve, we'll put this by you. All right. Actually, yeah, that's what we'll do that. Okay. Actually, I probably shouldn't. Let's do it like this. Steve got that one. Okay, and then Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Neither one of you got that one right. So, No Remorse. You both got it. So you both get it. Not No Remorse. No More Heroes. So
heck yeah, let's go.
Let's see. Yoma Wari, as I think how you say it. You both got it wrong. So
I can't believe.
Look at Steve always wins. Steve is like, I don't know this stuff. So here we go. You need to start selling video games more, Steve.
Apparently.
He said he got out of selling video games, but he's always getting these prices right. All right. So I can't ever say it.
Eric got the next one right.
All right. So Eric got Turok. So here we go.
Yeah.
Eric is 2. And
See, I should have switched that one. When he said he bought it, I should have switched it.
yeah. That's
I can't believe it, dude. The $140 game.
Skylanders. He said fake gamers exposed. Well, I'll tell you this. I think Eric, I'll say this because he doesn't like really look up the value. He's just looking, I want the game, and he buys it. So
yeah, we collect.
You both got this wrong, and Steve doesn't really mess with games.
No, Steve got it right.
Wait, did he get? Oh, he did get it right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Steve. Look. 4.
Yeah, 4-2, man.
Job, Steve.
Crazy.
Why
right, is Eric, that game so expensive?
So everybody, Eric sucks, and he can't. No, that was fun. I don't know, but Skylanders, Imaginators, I think on PS4 is also really expensive. So Skylanders, there's another Skylanders on PS4, and the ones on Switch are really expensive. I don't know why.
So why aren't the characters worth more then?
There are some that are worth some, but most of them aren't. Well, let's. I told you guys I was gonna try to end earlier. It's not happening. So we'll do the wheel of names. Go ahead and put in hashtag Sega Slim Down if you want to join in. We have this Shockwave Assault on the Sega Saturn. It's not in like the greatest condition. It's definitely very old, but I mean the case is still together. Yeah.
I have to defend myself in the chat. Saying I look up price charting. I'm actually filming with my phone, so that's not happening.
Yeah, that's definitely not happening. But Shockwave Assault, and I actually have not even played this one yet, but it's free, so it's free. So put a hashtag Sega Slim Down. Let's see, we got. Okay, let me load up the wheel of names, and we'll get everybody in there. So let's see. Who do we start with? Gamer Emporium. Whoa! I got a whole bunch in here. Hold on. I'll erase all these. All right. So help me name them. Okay. So we got Gamer Emporium.
CM Puke.
Who's next? Can you guys read it?
Okay. Patel.
Okay.
Z Squared Gaming.
Okay.
Grease Monkey.
Okay.
Tyler.
Okay.
Trey.
Tyler Ham. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you can delete Tyler. Did you get CM Puke?
Yeah,
I did. CM Puke, Akash, Z Squared Gaming, Grease Monkey, Tyler, and Trey. Okay, yeah, that's everybody.
I know
Is
you
that
just
everybody
having fun with me, man.
Yeah, there's 20 people in here, man. It's a free video game, like literally free.
Game,
yeah. The manual here is not a complete manual. It's only the front. Unfortunately, it's only the front and out. It's only the front and back of the manual. So the innards have been taken out. So
that was you flash it. So
yeah, but there it is. But it's free.
They're all roasting me now for trying to get more people to join in. Yo, guys, free Saturn games. You can flip this, make some money. Just type in hashtag Sega Slim Down in the chat right now.
You gotta do. I would restart my gaming collection. Hey, yeah, dude, man. I'm Saturn's hard to collect for, so getting a free game is good.
Keith, are you trying to enter in your own contest?
No, I was just telling them. Hold on, let me write this down here. All right, let me add this to the screen really quick, and then we'll close out after this. Said I need a new drink coaster. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't say this game is. Like I said, I haven't. It may be like one of the coolest games I am one of the coolest games there is. I don't know. Why is this not sharing? Okay, here we go. All right, I guess we got everybody in. Here we go. Where is the button? Well, is it loading up? 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Come on, not Tyler.
Let's see who won.
Akash, what?
Akash. There we go. Good job, Akash. So, hey, you're on Instagram, right?
I
Hey,
don't
just
think
email
Akash
me.
is.
Just email me. And that way I can get the information to where I can send it. If you're okay sharing
Dude.
that, and I will send you the game.
You don't even
job,
need to
Akash.
ship it to him, dude. Just wait for a convention.
I could do that, yeah. So
He said no.
yeah,
That's how me and Keith
he
first
said-
met.
I think he's I think he's talking about he didn't. He's saying no to Instagram. So
Love
yeah,
Akash,
man.
dude. That's the homie.
If you would rather just do that, I can do that. But I don't know the next time I'm gonna. Well, really rad weekend. Just hit me up. Send me an email.
Are you
with
going to
your guess.
Retrofest, Arkansas?
Well, that's already happened.
No.
Retrofest.
Rick's
Yeah,
convention.
yeah. I'm vending there.
Akash,
Yeah,
just go to Arkansas in October for
Yeah,
Retro
just-
Rickapalooza.
Rickapalooza. Yeah, he said he is going to really rad weekend. That's
There
where
you go.
originally
I
met him,
just
so.
brokered it. Bam.
He does come with the finest suitcase, indeed. So you are going to be? Are you going to be at Retrofest?
Rickapalooza.
Hopefully, Rickapalooza. My family may be there, but well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go close out. He said he's not driving 8 hours to Arkansas. Oh, why not, man? Make it happen,
Dude. Ours is 11 hours.
Woo. Well, let's. Is there anything else, Steve? Is there anything else you wanted to share? Wanted to talk about? Anything
No.
like that?
No, not really.
What about you, Eric?
Man,
Are you
I
satisfied
know,
you finally got on the live?
dude. I've been trying for years to get on here, and I finally took a $5 bribe to get on the show.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, Keith, you would make a really
Wow.
good politician. So,
Why is that?
because you take bribes.
Because I take bribes. Wow, how did I not get
So,
that?
no,
Wow.
seriously, guys.
Oh, the Starbucks. Somebody asked about the Starbucks gift card. I'm going to be completely real with you. I need to look back over it, but there were two that were really close, so I need to get the closer number. I will make I'm actually going to put it in my video. I was thinking about doing it tonight, but I'm going to put it in my video Friday.
Smart.
So watch the video
That's how you get the
Friday.
views.
That's right. That's right. So get it in there, and
Yeah.
I will make the announcement for the winner.
Tyler
And,
said Eric will start complaining again next week.
Yeah, well,
Probably
I'm gonna
so.
about not getting both Jared and I on the show together. But no, I seriously, dude, I've had so much fun. I really appreciate you guys bringing me on. I do hope you will have us back, but both Jared and I on.
Absolutely.
So,
I
and then
enjoy it.
for those asking, Jared couldn't be here. He's doing some editing work for Mort right now. And so hopefully sometime in the near future, both of us can be on here.
Oh.
So
Sorry, go ahead. I almost interrupted you. I did interrupt you. My bad.
no, Tyler just asked. Tyler, I paid $5 to be here, just to know.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah.
Grease Mikey said, "Nice hearing your story." Yeah, everybody, thanks for coming
thank
on.
you,
Thanks
man.
for sticking around. Hit the like button, the thumbs up. Next Monday, I'll have a guy named Slimsy. If you know him, Slimsy Parfaits. He's been Caleb's talked about him on his RenXP sell. He sells to him. He's an Amazon seller. I've been trying to get more Amazon video game sellers. I'll be having Double Mint Games coming on. Bryce has been wanting to come on. I just got to set a date.
Can I make a suggestion to someone?
Sure.
The flipping accountant, Justin.
I need to reach see, I have never met him, so I would have to reach out to him.
Name drop us if you need to. He's fantastic human being. But he's coming back to YouTube, so I think he'll want to come on.
Okay.
But he's got 50,000 subs.
Yeah, I know who he is, so that would be.
And he's starting a new channel called Reseller Hints, where he's trying to give people advice for selling on Amazon.
Okay, well,
so
cool. So
I think it would be.
I'm having Amazon people
Okay. And he's an accountant, so he
There you
could
go.
do your taxes on the stream.
Because
Did my
I do bad
taxes today.
taxes. Nice.
You
I'm
know,
bad with
you know it's July or August, right?
Yeah.
You're a little late.
Yeah.
Early. That's super.
Yo, is that Joe Biden behind you?
That is Sir Elvis Presley.
Wow.
I think
Wow.
Biden's behind you, bro. He's about to take you out.
Wow. That's just
Woo.
flawless.
Yeah. No.
So anyway, we have double mint. Wow. Double mint games is coming on. By the way,
Good dudes.
Then I got to them. Yeah, they
Good
I've
dudes.
talked a lot about other guys that pay really well. I'm wanting to promote them. They've been buying my stuff a lot. I've just been going directly to them with all of my like Mario type games and stuff. And because they pay more than I would make after eBay. So they are awesome. So if any of you are video game resellers and get Marios and Zeldas and Pokemons, they are the guys to go to. Just to give an example, I know they would want me to share this. If they don't, I'm going to feel really bad. But Pokemon Fire Red, price charting's at $112. They pay $115. So if you want to understand how good payment they pay, on Mario Kart Wii they pay $28. They pay really really good.
Who is this we're talking about?
Double Mint Games in their Atlanta area.
How in the world do they pay over price chart? I don't understand.
Because they're trying to get more business. They're trying to get more people to sell to them, and they can still make way more on Amazon. So so they have they have their margins very tight, but they're only buying certain games, and they're in my opinion they are paying more than some of the bigger ones that are buying on Amazon as well. I also think they're part of the refurbished program, and that's why they can pay more. So
interesting.
But yeah,
dude, I'm stoked for that.
I will get CM Puke. Reach out to me on Instagram, and I'm gonna send them. In fact, they're on Instagram. Go Double Mint Games, just like the Double Mint gum, Double Mint Games, and tell them the Pick and Freaker sent you. I'm gonna be mentioning them in like 2 videos from now. So really good guys, just really nice. They don't even require on a lot of the games manuals. And they still pay high. They're they don't require it not to be scratched. They'll take it, and
it's crazy.
I mean, obviously you don't want to try not to do that, but I think they're in the refurbished program, so they can get really high dollar. But anyways, guys, I got to get going. I'm way past what I was planning. Eric, thanks so much. Steve,
thank you guys.
As always.
Read your Bible, guys. Read your Bibles.
Right. Is that a manga Bible?
It is 100% is, dude. So when I came to faith, I asked Keith what Bible I should get, and he said get this one. So there you go.
Oh wow. Wow. All right, guys. I had a fun time. Everybody, thanks for coming on. CM, reach out to me if you can't get a hold of them. Double Mint Games. I'll see you guys if you come on Friday. I have a fun video coming out Friday. Next Monday, Slimsy, if he's still able to. And I have people coming up. Bryce, we haven't planned a date yet. Same thing with Dealing with Dalton. Dealing with Dalton is a shoe reseller. He'll be coming on. I'm having Gabo coming on.
Nice.
And with a few other people, we're doing songs.
Songs?
Video game soundtracks. Oh no!
I thought you meant like Psalms.
My camera went out. I'm talking too long. God bless you guys. I will see you all next time. Have a good night.
Later.
And it is ending